Hello. Let's dive into the world of J.R.R. Tolkien's Middle-earth in a humorous way, as if we were watching a midnight talk show. I will summarize, analyze, and comment on The Lord of the Rings, and prepare to laugh your head off and have a cool look at this great epic. Summary: the what happened part, Hollywood style. Welcome to The One Ring Show. Tonight we will tell you about an adventure that even superheroes have to give up because it's too long. The Oversized Ring. The story follows Frodo Baggins, a hobbit, a dwarf but not short in spirit, living in the Shire, a peaceful place that is terribly sleepy, like the quiet suburbs of Iowa. His comfortable life is destroyed when his uncle Bilbo, who had a legendary trip before, leaves him a not-so-fashionable piece of jewelry. The One Ring. This ring is not ordinary gold. It is a high-tech product of the scary final boss, Sauron, a terrorist disguised as a fiery eye, always trying to copyright all of Middle-earth. This ring has the ability to turn people greedy, evil, and worse, invisible, a great advantage for stealing cookies. The Fellowship. After a few emergency meetings in Rivendell, a beautiful five-star elf resort, it was decided, this ring is too toxic to be kept in a safe. It must be destroyed. And the only place to do that? Mount Doom in Mordor, the darkest and polluted land of Middle-earth, probably the capital of some great power after the nuclear war. So a mixed group was formed called the Fellowship of the Ring. This group is like a boy band, but no one wants to sing, including Frodo, the main victim, the one who has to carry the ring on foot for thousands of miles. Samwise Gamgee, Sam, Frodo's #1 best friend, ready to take care of everything, from food to spirit. This guy is the soul of the group, a true American. As long as he has potatoes, he can fight anything. Gandalf, the gray and later white wizard, who has the most technology, but prefers walking to using flying taxis. Eagles. Aragorn, the handsome wandering cowboy, descendant of kings, who is obsessed with not wanting to be king. Legolas, the super accurate elf with a bow, always has perfect hair and never gets tired. Gimli, the talkative and brutal dwarf, an expert slasher, and likes to count the number of times he kills demons rather than counting money. Boromir, the muscular hero of Gondor who failed to resist the temptation of the ring. Oh, another one who failed the corruption test. Merry and Pippin, two good-for-nothing hobbits with a talent for making trouble and later accidentally becoming reluctant heroes. The terrible journey they walk. A lot. They encounter all kinds of trouble. Balrogs, a monster that Gandalf dueled like a wrestler. Talking forests, Ents, and even a golem, a former hobbit who became schizophrenic because of the ring and had a classic dialogue like a B-grade reality show. Finally, Frodo and Sam reach Mordor. In a dramatic twist, Frodo fails to throw the ring into the fire, a typical Hollywood idiot protagonist. Luckily, Gollum, who was following them like a paparazzi, jumps in and bites Frodo's finger off, and they both fall into the lava. Broken Ring. Sauron is falling. Middle-earth rejoices. Aragorn is washed clean of his tramp title and becomes king. He finally accepts adult responsibilities. The hobbits return home to feast, and Frodo, who is severely psychologically traumatized, sails to the peaceful land Valinor for an early retirement. The why it's a big deal part. This isn't just a long-winded fairy tale. It's a contract of culture that we're still paying every day. Power corrupts. LOTR is a straight-faced warning about power. The ring is more than just a ring. It's a metaphor for everything from a nuclear bomb to a sweet corporate position. Tolkien has exposed the truth. No one should have too much power. Even innocent guys like Frodo are infected and fail at the last minute. That proves if you give any politician an invisible and powerful ring, he will wear it, walk into the meeting room and steal all the other people's cakes before declaring, "I am king." The difficulty of being the underdog. Tolkien chose little hobbits as heroes. Why? because they are the least tempted by power. They love simple things, good food, beer, and a comfortable chair. Hobbits are images of Midwesterners trying to survive a global crisis. Hey, I just want to eat my dinner. Don't make me save the world. Frodo and Sam's trek through Mordor shows that ordinary people are the real heroes, not handsome men on horses. Sam Gamgee, who carries and plants potatoes, is the quiet hero. He is the MVP, most valuable player, of the entire series. Bromance is the real magic. If there's one thing Lauder teaches us, it's friendship, especially between Sam and Frodo. Sam never abandons Frodo, even when Frodo becomes difficult and crazy because of the ring. Sam and Frodo are the most classic bromance couple of all time. They hike through volcanoes, fight giant spiders, and Sam always makes sure Frodo has something to eat. If this were an American sitcom, the finale would be Sam winning Best Friend of the Year and Frodo finally proposing to Sam. No, I mean, thanks, Sam. Gandalf is also a big part, a teacher and protector who always arrives at the right time after being disappeared for a long time. World building level. God. Tolkien didn't just write a story, he created an entire world with a history, language, elf speak, mythology, and geography more detailed than anyone else. Tolkien was an extremely talented Oxford professor who spent his life building a world that even Google Maps would give up because it was too complicated. He was so free that he created a language just for two elves to talk to each other. It wasn't a book. It was a Wikipedia handwritten in ink. This affirmed that when you are a scholar, you can create anything, as long as you don't have to go out to work. So is Lord of the Rings worthy of the cult of millions? Absolutely yes. J.R.R. is the top political series. Although Tolkien said it was not a metaphor for World War II, it is clearly about the human condition, temptation, and war. It is an implicit constitution on how to fight evil, not by becoming stronger, but by rejecting power. Need a little rethink when saving the world, walking from A to Z, and taking 3 volumes? If this were an American action movie, they would have used a jet plane and finished in 90 minutes. Tolkien spends an entire chapter describing a tree. This slow pace is a curse, but also a blessing because it forces us to experience the journey instead of just watching the fireworks of action. What is the true power of the ring, other than turning people evil and invisible? It doesn't shoot lasers. It doesn't create shields. It's just a greed amplifier. This is Tolkien's genius. The worst evil isn't superpowers. It's the innate greed in the human heart. The final verdict. The Lord of the Rings is not a book for the impatient or those who want a story as digestible as a hamburger. It's a luxurious dinner party of fantasy literature where you have to chew slowly, savor every detail, and accept that your character will spend most of his time walking. It poses a burning question that every American can relate to. When you have the opportunity to seize power and do evil, do you have the strength to say no and just want to go home, eat and tend your garden? You can, but it will be a hell of a ride. However, thanks to the help of your friends and a crazy golem who serves as your tool of destruction, the world is saved. It's a classic story that we will tell our children forever. Thank you for watching The One Ring Show. That's all for today's video. Like, share, and click the subscribe button with notification bell to see new videos soon.